My wife asked me to help her cheat on me. Can you watch the kids this weekend while I go to a conference, she asked, not knowing I had seen her hotel reservation for 2. I agreed without hesitation. What I did during those 3 days changed our lives forever. When she returned home to find original post. I, 37 males, have been married to Rachel, 36 females, for 12 years with 2 kids. Lily, 9 females, and Max, 7 males. I own a small accounting firm. She's a marketing consultant. For the past year, things have been off. Less intimacy, more late meetings, and networking events. I chalked it up to our busy lives. 3 weeks ago, I was using Rachel's laptop when a message notification popped up from Marcus. With a winky face, I saw messages about this weekend and can't wait to hold you again. I didn't confront her immediately. I wanted more evidence. I checked our phone bill and found a pattern of calls to the same number during her lunch breaks. I reviewed our credit card statements. I handle our finances, and discovered charges at a downtown hotel on days she claiming to be networking. Later, I accidentally saw her phone password and checked her messages while she was showering. Marcus, 39M, is her regional director. They've been sleeping together for at least 8 months based on the messages. I felt physically sick reading them. Details about their meetups, complaints about me, inside jokes about how oblivious I was. Yesterday was the breaking point. She asked, "Can you watch the kids this weekend while I go to a conference? It's really important for my career." I smiled and said, "Of course." What she doesn't know is that I already saw her hotel reservation for 2 when checking our credit card statement. There is a conference, but she's booked an extra day in the honeymoon suite. I agreed without hesitation, but I've spent 24 hours planning what to do during those 3 days she'll be gone. She leaves tomorrow morning. Update 1, Friday night. Rachel left this morning with a quick kiss and, "Thank you so much, babe. I'll make it up to you." The relief on her face was nauseating. Once she drove away, I started my plan. First, I called my lawyer friend, who was at our wedding. When I showed her the evidence, screenshots, phone records, credit card statements, she confirmed that adultery could be considered in our state's divorce proceedings, especially when marital assets funded the affair. "This will get messy, Nathan," she warned, "but I've got your back. We'll start preparing the paperwork today." Next, I opened separate bank accounts and transferred enough money to cover immediate expenses for me and the kids, documenting everything for the eventual financial disclosure. I called a realtor friend to discuss future options for our house. She advised not rushing, but started researching comparable properties so we'd be prepared when the time came. The hardest part was acting normal with the kids after school. They asked about their mum, and I said she was at a conference, but would call before bedtime. She FaceTimed at 7:30 p.m., showing only her face and a generic hotel wall. I heard the shower running in the background. Marcus, getting ready, no doubt. After putting the kids to bed, I gathered important documents, birth certificates, property deeds, insurance policies, tax returns. In her drawer, I found new lingerie, with tags still on. Purchased 2 weeks ago. Never worn for me. Update number 2-Saturday. Last night, Rachel texted that the conference dinner ran late, and she was so exhausted from all the networking. I replied with a simple thumbs up, and they're fine. She didn't catch my coldness. This morning, I took the kids to my parents' house. When they were playing outside, I broke down and told my parents everything. "You don't deserve this, son," my dad said, his voice cracking. Mum hugged me and whispered, "We'll get through this, as a family." I spent the afternoon researching apartments in our kids' school district and scheduling appointments for next week. I also arranged for a locksmith to change the locks Monday, after getting legal advice, and scheduled a deep cleaning service for next week. Rachel called at noon, claiming she was on a break between sessions. I could hear bar noise in the background. After letting her talk to the kids, I stepped outside. How's the conference? I asked casually. Exhausting but good. So many networking opportunities. And how's Marcus enjoying it? I asked, maintaining my casual tone. Dead silence. Then, what are you talking about? Don't insult my intelligence, Rachel. I've seen the texts, the credit card statements, the hotel charges. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Nathan, I can explain. Save it. I cut her off. We'll talk when you get back. Enjoy your weekend with Marcus. It's the last one on my dime. I hung up while she was still making excuses. My phone immediately started buzzing with texts. I didn't block her number, but chose not to read the messages yet. I needed to focus on finishing my plans. Update number 3, Monday. Rachel came home early, arriving around 2 p.m. yesterday. I had arranged for my parents to take the kids after school, giving us time to talk. She froze when she saw me sitting calmly at the kitchen table with a folder of evidence. We need to talk, I said. She collapsed into a chair, tears already streaming down her face. Nathan, please. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. 8 months of mistakes. I asked, opening the folder to reveal printouts of text messages, hotel charges, phone records. 8 months of lying to my face every day? I got caught up in the attention. She insisted. Marcus doesn't mean anything to me. That makes it worse, I replied. You threw away 12 years for someone who doesn't mean anything. She stood up, angry now. You were always working, always distracted. Marcus actually sees me. I was building our future, I said quietly, working to give our family everything we dreamed about. She switched tactics, moving closer, touching my arm. We can fix this. For the kids. We can go to counseling. I stepped back. I've consulted with a lawyer. I want a divorce. Her face hardened. You'll regret this. I'll take everything. The house, the kids, your money. You're welcome to try, I said. But your company's HR department might be interested in knowing a senior director is having an affair with his direct report. That violates most corporate ethics policies. Her eyes widened. You wouldn't. I don't want to. I admitted. For the kids' sake, I prefer we handle this amicably. But I will not be threatened. She broke down again. Where am I supposed to go? You can stay here tonight, I said. I'll sleep in the guest room. Tomorrow we can discuss temporary arrangements until everything's legally sorted. Update 4, 2 weeks later. Rachel moved in with her sister after 3 days. We told the kids we're taking some time apart to figure things out. They start seeing a child psychologist next week. My lawyer is preparing the divorce filing. We're trying to negotiate a settlement before actually filing, which would be better for everyone, especially the kids. I sent a formal email to Rachel's company HR department with evidence of Marcus's inappropriate relationship with his direct report. 2 days later, Rachel called me furious. Marcus had been suspended pending investigation, and she was temporarily reassigned. How could you do this to me? She demanded. I didn't do anything to you, I replied calmly. These are the consequences of your actions. The unexpected twist. 2 other women from their company came forward saying Marcus had inappropriate relationships with them too. Turns out my wife wasn't special, just another conquest. When Rachel found out, she was devastated and tried to reconcile, claiming she'd been manipulated, taken advantage of. Too little, too late. I found a 3-bedroom apartment in the kids' school district and signed the lease. Move-in is next week. Final update. 3 months later. The divorce isn't finalized yet. These things take time, but we have a separation agreement. I moved into my apartment 6 weeks ago. The kids stay with me Monday through Thursday, then with Rachel Friday through Sunday. During financial disclosure, my lawyer discovered Rachel had opened a credit card in my name 6 months ago. The statements were paperless, sent to an email I didn't know about. She charged thousands for weekend getaways with Marcus. Identity fraud on top of everything else. We're using this to negotiate for primary custody with generous visitation for her. Marcus was fired for violating company ethics policies. He's moved to another city, apparently blaming Rachel and telling colleagues she pursued him relentlessly. The Keats are adjusting slowly, with help from their psychologist. Lily asked if we would ever live together again. I told her that wouldn't happen, but that both of us would always love her and Max. He's quieter now, more clingy, often crawling into my bed at night just wanting to be close. Rachel cycles through grief stages over our marriage: denial, anger, bargaining, depression. Some days she's cooperative, other days she sends rambling texts about fixing things. I remain polite but firm. I've joined a support group for people going through divorce. It helps knowing others have walked this path and survived. Dating isn't on my radar. My focus is the kids and rebuilding our lives. Some days I'm angry, some days numb, occasionally grateful. This forced me to discover strength I didn't know I had. The truth always surfaces eventually. I wasn't perfect, but I was faithful, committed, and honest. I can look my children in the eyes without shame. Someday, when they're older and ask what happened, I'll tell them the truth, not to turn them against their mother, but because they deserve honesty. For now, I'm taking it one day at a time. My apartment is becoming home. I cook more often now, something I always enjoyed, but rarely had time for. The kids and I have pizza and movie night every Friday before they go to their mums. Life will never be what I thought it would be, but maybe, just maybe, it can still be good. Edit. Wow, this blew up overnight. Thanks for all the support. To answer common questions. Yes, I have copies of everything backed up in multiple places. No, I don't feel bad about contacting HR. Actions have consequences. For those saying I should reconcile, for the kids, children deserve to see what healthy relationships and self-respect look like. To the person who DM'd saying I'm breaking apart a family over just sex, it wasn't just sex. It was months of lies, manipulation, gaslighting, and betrayal of trust. The fraudulent credit card is being handled legally through our attorneys. I didn't press criminal charges immediately because that would complicate custody matters, but it's definitely being addressed. I probably won't post more updates. We're still in the legal process, and I need to focus on healing and helping my kids adjust. Your support has meant a lot during this nightmare. Stay strong out there, everyone.